Steve Dotto here. How the heck you doing this fine day? Me? I'm trying to decide what sort of Evernote person am I. Am I an Evernote Basic, an Evernote Plus, or an Evernote Premium person? See, in the past, there was just two tiers of Evernote use, Basic and Premium, but Evernote has just released a new tiering structure to their service. So now you can have the mid-range Evernote Plus, Evernote Premium, or be an Evernote Basic person. What does it all mean? Stick around. We'll have a conversation about just that exact topic today on Dotto Tech. Now, for the longest time, Evernote has been basically a two-tiered service. You pay, it was $45 a year, I believe was the cost, and you got the premium services, and if you didn't pay, you had the basic services. And there was quite a few additional features in the premium service, but it was just basically a two-tiered model. Evernote wanted to service people a little bit better, and so they've finally come out with a three-tiered service. Now, they've surprised me in the fact that they've kept the premium service at pretty close to the same cost, although depending on where you live, it will not appear as such to you, or it may not appear as such to you. But what they've done is they've brought in this mid-range pricing. I thought they'd probably bring up something a little more higher end, but instead they've brought in a mid-range pricing. They've taken some things away from basic users, and they've created a new mix. So I think that you and I should have a look at exactly what's included in Evernote moving forward. Now, if you are already in a paid service, and you have the premium service, I think until April of next year, if you come up for renewal, they are going to honor the same premium pricing. And most people who are premium users will remain premium users, but they will spend a little bit more. Now, the official price for premium is, I believe, $49.95, up from $45. But I am in Canada, and look, it is price adjusted for the weak Canadian dollar. When I go to upgrade now, my next time, it's going to cost me $57.99 in loonies, as opposed to the $49 if you are just a little bit south of me in the States. So they are adjusting it for local currencies. Some of us will benefit and some of us will suffer. Being in Canada, we suffer. Oh my, how we suffer. But let's look at the services themselves. So in the basic service, you get the Evernote Web Clipper. You can store up to 60 megabytes per month in monthly uploads. This is new. They've given something new to the basic service in that you can now share your notebooks, which you couldn't do before. In Evernote, you could share notes and distribute them, but it looks to me like all sharing is turned on now in Basic, which is pretty cool. I haven't confirmed that by seeing a Basic account, but that's what it looks like in the documentation to me. And you can sync, obviously you can sync across your phones and computers. What they have taken away from Basic Service, the biggest thing that they've taken away from Basic Service is the ability to send email into Evernote. In the past, all Evernote accounts had an email address attached to that account, and you could forward email from your email software into Evernote, and it would convert that email into a note. That is not available to basic users anymore. That's now in the plus category at $2.99 a month. That to me is the most valuable feature that they've taken away from the basic users, is the ability to forward email in. It's something that I use every day, and most of the people who I teach to use Evernote, that's one of the features that they use the most. Sending all of your receipts and invoices, any documents that you want to save that will appear in email, being able to fire them directly into Evernote is a boon as far as your productivity and your organizational structure is concerned. That now is going to cost you at the tune of $2.99 a month, or $28 a year, $29 a year if you're in Canada. The other features now is you can access all of your notes offline with the Plus service. You can have a passcode lock on your mobile apps, which means that you can lock down your Evernote account on your smartphone to create an additional level of security. You can obviously save the emails to Evernote, which I've just talked about. And that is really it for the Plus service. I think a lot of people that were in Basic are going to step up and use the Plus service. Certainly anybody that's using Evernote quite a bit. Stepping up to the premium service, there are a lot of additional features. There's now a link where you can actually search your Microsoft Office online documents and attachments within Evernote. You can convert your notes into presentations using the Evernote Presentation Manager. A big feature here is the ability to annotate PDFs that you've attached to your documents. So you can mark up PDF documents and search those documents in PDFs. So far more robust PDF support in the premium version. You can scan and digitize business cards right within Evernote, which is a big deal if you're an Android user. It's not such a big deal if you're a Mac or an iOS user, because Scannable, the app Scannable, does such a phenomenal job of linking into Evernote and scanning in our business cards that I actually use that instead of the Evernote app anyways. But that is available to the premium users. You can view old or versions of your notes, so you basically have a note history of your notes. So if you've made changes to notes and you want a revision history, you have access to that. And you can also see they also have something called Evernote Context, where as you're pulling up your notes, it's searching on the web for related information, for for related web content, just from certain trusted sources that might relate to whatever you are working with. I haven't found that to be particularly valuable, but it is a feature that the premium users have. So that's it for in US, $2.99 a month, and Canadian up to $59 or close to $60 a year. You now have 3 tiers of Evernote that you can choose. I wonder which one you're going to choose. Please comment below in our comments area here and let us know what you think about the new Evernote pricing structure. Personally, I think I rely on Evernote so much. I want to make sure that they're profitable and that they are a healthy business moving ahead, because I've invested a lot in storing content in Evernote. So it's a valuable service for me. I want them to be healthy moving ahead. So if this is the pricing structure that's going to work for them, I'm happy to pay the small amount that it costs me every year to have those access to those services. But do you think the same? Let us know in the comments. I hope you found this video today to be useful. There's 3 ways to stay in touch with us here on Dotto Tech. The first is please subscribe to this channel. Second, subscribe to our newsletter, and then you'll hear about all of our great upcoming webinars. We have a whole series of webinars coming up in the near future you might be interested in. So we market those and advertise those primarily through our newsletter. And finally, Dotto Tech is a community-funded site supported by our patrons at the crowdfunding site Patreon. If you'd be so kind as to take a look at our Patreon page, you will learn about Patreon, and you will learn what perks are attached to supporting Dotto Tech. And the perks are indeed awesome, including, by the way, my Evernote Made Easy course, which is the fastest, bestest way to learn to use Evernote on the planet. That's it for today. Till next time, I am Steve Dotto. Have fun storming a castle.